Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 51 of Yuddha Kanda. In the previous chapters, we saw Rama and Lakshmana being completely covered by the shafts that were thrown by invisible Indrajithu, and because of that reason, the whole Vanara warriors, the whole army of Vanara, have almost left themselves in despair, losing all the hopes of winning the war. Even Sugriva was in shocks, and Ravana even tried to bring Sita to the warfield and show her the state of Rama and Lakshmana, and she was also lamenting. But finally, Garuda came to the warfield, and soon after his arrival, those serpents who are in the disguise of the arrows covering Rama and Lakshmana immediately fled from the spot, clearing them, and then Garuda ensured that both Rama and Lakshmana are cleared of all the wounds over their body. And then, after getting a thanks from Rama, Garuda took his permission and returned to his abode. That formidable clamor set up by the monkeys, because at that moment, after seeing the rise of Rama and Lakshmana again from the slumber, the whole Mavanara warriors started jumping with joy. That formidable clamor set up by the monkeys, who were full of martial order, arrested the attention of Ravana and his titans, and he, hearing the joyful and spirited acclamations and the distant tumult, said to his ministers who surrounded him, "The great uproar resembling the muttering of clouds has arisen from the horde of delighted monkeys. Undoubtedly their joy is great. Their mighty shouts are agitating the ocean itself. Nevertheless, whetted shafts have rendered the two brothers Rama and Lakshmana insensible. Therefore, this tremendous outcry almost alarms me." Having spoken thus to his ministers, the Lord of the Titans said to his Nairatas, who stood round him, "You yourself speedily discover from what cause this general rejoicing among those forest dwellers proceeds in their present painful situation." At this command, the Titans hastily climbed the ramparts from where they beheld the army and its leaders, the illustrious Sugriva, with the two Raghavas also freed of their bonds, seated in noble ease. Whereupon the Titans were thunderstruck. With terrors in their hearts, those fierce warriors jumped down from the walls and, deadly pale, returned to their king with downcast face. Those titans, skilled in speech, faithfully informed Ravana of those unpleasant tidings, saying, "The two brothers Rama and Lakshmana, whom Indrajithu had bound with his benumbing shafts, and those arms he had pinioned, are freed from the arrows which paralyzed them, and now appears on the field of battle in their native vigor, resembling two elephants who have snapped their fetters." At these words, the powerful king of the Titans, full of anxiety and highly incensed, grew pale and said, "If my adversaries, having thus been bound, are now free, despite those formidable arrows, those rare boons resembling serpents bright as the sun, that were infallible and with which Indrajithu secured them after overcoming them in combat, then my entire authority is in jeopardy. Verily, those darts bright as fire, which in battle deprived my enemies of life, have been rendered void." Having uttered these words in furious tones, hissing like a snake, he addressed one named Dhumraksha, was seated amid the Titans, and said, "Take with you a considerable force of Titans, go without delay and slay Rama and Lakshmana." At the command of that crafty monarch, Dhumraksha circumambulated him and immediately left the palace. Thereafter, having crossed the threshold, he said to the general of the forces, "Mobilize the army. What need is there for delay when the battle is joined?" Thus spoke Dhumraksha, and the general gathered together a large number of troops in accord with Ravana's command. Thereafter, those prowlers of the night, who were valiant and of a formidable aspect, with girdles of bells round their waists, shouted exultantly and ranged themselves round Dhumraksha, furnished with every kind of weapons, brandishing spears, hammers, maces, harpoons, sticks, iron cudgels, bars, hooks, picks, noses, and axes. Those terrible titans sallied forth with the noise of thunder, clad in mail, and mounted on chariots that were magnificently dressed with flags and decorated with bands of pure gold, harnessed to mules of many heats or steeds of exceeding fleetness, or elephants maddened with mother Jews. Some of those titans bounded forward like veritable tigers, and Dhumraksha, with a great clatter, set out in a celestial car to which mules with golden harness, the heads of deer and lions were hitched, and that valiant general, surrounded by the Titans, set forth amid mocking laughter through the western gate where Hanuman was stationed. As he advanced in his excellent car harnessed to mules, those voices he emulated, birds of ill omen, planned, planed above him, and on the top of his chariot a terrible vulture alighted, while those devourers of corpses clustered on the point of his standard. Streaming with blood, a huge, decapitated and livid trunk fell to earth, emitting an inarticulate cries at Dhumraksha's approach, and the sky rained down blood. The earth shook, the wind blew adversely with a roar of thunder, and darkness obscured every quarter. Beholding those terrible portents that appeared in all their horror, boding ill fortune to the Titans, Dhumraksha was filled with alarm, and terror seized all the soldiers who accompanied him. The moment when, full of fear, amid his countless Titans eager to enter into combat, that valiant general set out, he beheld the vast army of the monkeys resembling a great flood protected by the arms of the Raghavas. Thus come to the end, chapter 51 of Yuddha Kanda in Ramayana. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehi Me. Goodbye.